Welcome back to the Bumper Breakfast. This next conversation will shock you. A policewoman, simply put, the exact way I said it, a policewoman was beaten, battered, and brutalized by a colleague.
B.
Just like David said, triple beating.
Triple beating. Triple B. Triple B.
I watched the video and I couldn't breathe because
You couldn't imagine.
this is an officer doing this to a colleague. If it was an outsider, it's quite understandable, but coming from a DPO brutalizing your fellow colleague in that manner
Because she refused
because
to.
she refused.
She refused his advances, according to the woman. All right, let's take a look at the video, and then, of course, we get to talk about it. I am so glad I got the video.
The proper authority have taken that off already.
What is my offense? He now started beating me to the extent he naked me. He put me into naked. Look at all my chest, my hand, everywhere injured. It's Ajayi Matthew.
Because of what?
I don't know, because he asked me for out that I should befriending him. I said, no, I'm a married woman. I cannot befriend you. He started blackmailing me with every on evidence something that he is the one that is befriending me, which is not so.
This is terrible. In the presence of your
It-
co-workers.
Yeah, my writer was there, constable, 2 constables, and 10 civilians. After doing that, he now went inside and carry they gun. He said, want to gun me down. The civilian now take me out from the office. They said I should be running away. I said, no. If you want to kill me, you should kill me. They should help me. They should assist me. Ajayi want to kill me, or the Omu division.
Terrible.
So, police battered, brutaled.
Thomas, the sad part of this is a lot of police women right now are going through this and they can speak up because they feel the DPO is probably going to rope them in one way or the other with maybe another excuse one way or the other. So this woman coming out to say this, I mean, we must first give kudos to her. Yes, because she might be scared. A lot of them are scared because the
Of
DPO
even coming out.
Yes, the DPO could always. They have power. They have this authority.
And that is abuse of power.
Yes, of course.
First of
All
all.
right, Coyote. I love talking about domestic violence
I know that.
because I'm a victim.
Thomas.
Ah.
Oh my.
I was
She's
once
a survivor.
I'm a
my.
survivor.
Oh my.
And I have a show on radio whereby I talk about this every night.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. I'm not going to go with you this morning on this.
Okay.
Because when it comes to domestic violence, we women at times we are at fault. What kind of relationship do you have with him?
Even at work.
If you people are not close to a level, can you beat me? Even if we are having an argument together, Coyote, you will never raise your hand on me
If we don't have
because
that.
we don't have that kind of
That
rapport.
kind of rapport.
And if
You're right.
When it comes to
peradventure you raise
domestic
your hand,
violence, I'm
You're
very
right on that.
careful.
You're right on that.
Because I tell people, at times we women are the fault. We push this man to the wall.
But Tessie, what
Eh.
about? What about?
although
when
that wouldn't
you-
be an excuse.
I know that's not an excuse. I'm still analyzing it.
Okay. All right.
You say women, wherever we are, we need to respect ourselves. You understand? Now you claim she is asking you, he asked you out. Fine, I do not doubt that. And the kind of policeman that can do that to a colleague, you should go to his house and see what he has done to his wife.
Of course.
My bone of contention. Thank you for mentioning.
If a man, this man, I will see him as an ire. I call them ire. Ire means irresponsible. I see him as an ire. If you are not an ire, you would never, ever, even you making an advance towards a woman, because she is rejecting you, of which we don't even know the truth. But no matter the truth, I'm not bothered about the truth. My own is, why should you beat a woman to this level, inflicting marks on her, a fair woman for that matter?
That was too
And she was in uniform.
And she was in uniform. And you know what she said? I listened to the story. She said 10 civilians, constables, people were there. What were they doing?
He's a senior officer.
But,
So,
Majority of the people just watch.
This DPO has a lot
That's
of
the
guts.
problem.
You don't understand.
Majority of the people
Right
just, they say it's
where
not about
civilians-
business.
right
when he
where
now
civilians
threatened
were.
to bring out his gun, that was when they now asked her to leave. You don't understand. It's not, I don't understand. It's not gelling for me. Even if it's a senior official, a senior officer, you are doing something in your uniform, something that is against the law. As a junior officer, they should be trained.
And doing it with such audacity.
Such audacity. They should hold him. Are they not men? They should hold him.
And say, I'll go to talk. Please stop
You
it.
don't understand.
Hold the woman.
Then hold the woman. If you cannot hold your boss, pull the woman
Pull
out
the
of
woman
away.
Okay, now when you're not threatening to bring a gun, that was when reality dawned on them.
That
Or
is-
was that,
that is as
way?
what-
I wanted to
too
ask,
long.
were they all watching
That's what
till
I'm
he
asking. That's my
inflicted all
question.
of those injuries on that woman?
That's my question.
They
They
were
were
watching.
Or he locked her up in his office.
You see what I'm saying?
They were watching.
Was it a plan work?
See, a plan work. That's another thing. That's another.
And you
area we
see,
must-
it would
we
be
must
very
look at
good
this.
if the Nigeria Police Force unveils this investigation when they are finally done with it, so that we can understand exactly what occurred
Tessie,
and how this happened.
Tessie Thomason, this shows the abuse of power that is really going on in the Nigerian police force.
Yeah.
Not just in the Nigerian police force, but in every other organization in Nigeria. And you know, come to think of it, Tessie, let's look at it this way. You are working right here in MRTV. Now, you know there is this power we all have as bosses, and you know we are all scared of our bosses in one way or the other,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
you want to like adjust. In this kind of situation, do you put yourself in the situation this policewoman might have been in at that point, being scared of losing a job, because the DPO also has that power to you know turn things around one way or the other, or accuse her wrongly, even before, you know.
But even if he had accused her wrongly, she won't fake my law one I still say.
let me
Does he
tell you
have a cane specifically dedicated to dealing with staff, errand staff or people?
What do you
who-
do
who
when you don't want to
misbehave?
lose your jobs as women, and you have a boss?
Say, there was
Who
a time
wants to
I
do
was in discussion with the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State. I had a brief lecture with them, then I took them on a brief lecture. And I said, Tessie, I think you need to visit all the police stations in Nigeria. I'm going to work it out for you. Some of these people are not mentally stable.
True.
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 Let's look at it from that angle. If you're mentally balanced, why would you be the colleague like that? Even if you're dating, even if you're close, even
Even
you
if
have
she's
a-
your wife.
even if she's your
I'm
wife.
sure this DPO will be locking her wife.
This
I mean,
kind
his
of
wife
person.
in dog cage. I mean, these are the kind of people that can go to that extent.
I'm telling you, this kind of person now, if he's with a gun, and you meet such person on the road, these are the kind of policemen that gun innocent citizens.
Innocent
now.
citizens.
True.
Do you know how many innocent citizens this man?
These
might have
people need to
taken
be
them?
checked mentally. Before promotion, they need to be checked mentally. Some people are not mentally stable. Some
Yeah.
people are emotionally damaged. But you wouldn't know.
And they all cover it up in the facade of beautiful
telling
clothes,
you.
beautiful
Exactly.
makeup, and everybody goes around every day.
Let me tell you something. There's some
behaving like
people
all is normal.
are fighting some demons in them that they don't even
Yeah.
understand.
Of course, you're
Yeah.
right.
I'm
One
telling
of
you.
You're
the
right.
reasons we're talking about psychology, talking, seeing a
We
psychiatrist.
keep coming up with you two can get help, because these things a lot of people are going through.
But we're in a society
Mental
where these
stress.
things do not want to be discussed, and people
They
don't,
don't even believe
stress.
in
They
it.
don't believe
they don't
in
want to see a therapist. They believe
They don't.
and
Therapists in Nigeria,
Titi, look at this.
only the educated ones will do that.
Of course.
Even some of these
even the
educated
educated
ones will
ones
not
will
do
do
it. Oh.
it. They will
They
cover
will
their
not.
clothes. They'll say, "Olukaluku ni nkan tó ń bò
Bò
mọ́
máa
aṣọ."
That's
Everyone has something that they're covering up underneath their clothes. This is my own cross. I'm carrying it. Don't put your mouth in my mouth. But don't worry. We will get to keep talking about domestic violence. Last week we had the representative
is
from the
sad.
office of the Lagos State
This is sad.
Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency on the show. We keep talking about it. One day we will all understand what needs to be done and what needs
And Tommy
not
said
to be
again,
done.
the authority should look into this issue.
Oh, this one has to be investigated.
This kind of man should
course.
not be
Oh, of
allowed.
course.
to remain a
There are
DPO.
remain a
so
DPO.
many of them like that
To remain a DPO, first
in the
of all.
Nigerian police force. So many. So I think not just looking into the issue of this man, but looking deep into the Nigerian police force.
I'm telling you.
And you know,
A lot
they're
of them are
training them.
frustrated
They're
and having a lot of
retraining them.
mental health
Issues.
But they do not know.
They don't know.
They don't understand it.
Yes,
The
they
day
do
I was
not know.
opportune to be with some of them that I gave them 10 minutes lecture, they were just hugging me. That they don't know that this is wrong with
They
them.
don't know.
They do not know that is the problem. And you see the problem with Nigerians is we do not read. Some of them.
Yes,
They do not read.
exactly.
When you post something on social media, they are quick to attack you.
Exactly.
They are
Exactly.
they are quick to attack you. But they do not
Do
understand.
not understand.
Because,
You're so
because
right.
they
People
don't
pay
read.
attention to detail.
You're so right at this. And that is why we have a lot of innocent lives being taken,
Yeah.
by the
Do you
Nigerian
understand?
police force.
You
Because
can see someone trying to run away. Okay, you stop someone on the road and you're telling the person to give you money and the person refuses and you shoot the person down. Is that normal?
Somebody stops, a policeman stopped me one day between Elukweju and Oshodi, that curve. And he said to me, and I said, officer, what can I do for you? See the way she's even talking to me. I have a woman like you in my house. I have a woman like you in my house. And I looked at the man.
just
Look at
imagine.
me. After a while, I looked at him and I said, what do you want? Let me see your driver's license. He'd be like, well, why would you be talking to me like that? Driver's license, well, can I have my driver's license? See the way she's still talking to me. No respect. I just collected my driver's license and said, can I go now? Thank you very much.
You see, I do not argue with them.
I entered my
don't.
car and I just
I mean,
left.
I will never argue
That's
with
the,
them.
that's the person. That was the person you could have
Because
done
I'm
at that
telling
time.
you.
Yeah.
You know, when you give a frustrated police officer AK-47, then you should know there's a big
Any
problem.
gun. Any gun.
Any
Whatsoever.
gun at all.
Any gun
I
at
mean,
all.
then you should know we are in real big trouble in Nigeria.
We have a guest in the studio this morning, and we'll be talking next about something that affects quite a number of young women across Nigeria. For example, young ladies in their higher institutions, some planning to go to the higher institution, some in the early stages of their marriage, some in the 20s, and teenagers. This is something everyone has had to go through at one time or the other. At least 70% of women from homes where they don't have the wherewithal to possibly cater to their needs have gone through this. But then we will be discussing with our guests after this break.